Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and let's talk about Black Adam movie. Yes, I went to go see it. Yes, I took my mom to go see it because we were going to go see Halloween Ends, but a lot of people had kind of spoiled it for us. So I decided, well, The Rock has a new movie and it's Black Adam, and I'm already a little bit iffy about it, but I said I'd rather go and watch Black Adam over, Halloween Ends. So we watched Black Adam. And I'm just gonna say that I'm surprised it's good. It is actually good. It's just a good action superhero movie. Well, I mean anti-hero movie, but it's still in a superhero genre of movies. Um, I still think Shazam. It should have been Black Adam should have been introduced in the Shazam movie, not as someone who just kind of talks is a after image on a magical projection, like somebody was trying to tell me he was in the movie. No, that's not being in the movie. That's just being talked about. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, other than that, I mean, the movie's not perfect. Don't get me wrong. It has some flaws, and I'm going to get into it. This is spoiler alert. I am spoiling the whole movie for you guys. So if you guys didn't see Black Adam, please do not click on this video. Please do not say you spoiled the movie for me. All that blah 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 nonsense, because I just told you it's being spoiled. Okay. So as we know, they talked about Kahndaq needed a hero. We go into the distant past, 45 BC, and we see we see the city of Kahndaq was being invaded. The king decided to get his people to find the Eternium. And what's that? I forgot the Rock's son's name, but we're just gonna call him the Rock's son. um the Rock's son, he finds a man who has the Eternium, and because he showed great courage towards people, the king tried to kill his son. The son goes to the Council of the Wizards and becomes the new champion, and he takes over, not takes over, but he returns, free his people or whatever, or at least try to save his people as much as he can. And then we kind of cut to present day where, Amon, he talks about it because he's telling the story of everything that's going on. Everybody's looking for Adriana Tomez. No, Adriana Tomez. I'm sorry. Adriana Tomez is it's a historical, I guess would we say she was a college professor who studies in history of Kahndaq, and she goes and finds the tomb. At first, she misread everything because she was thinking that Kahndaq needed the hero, and she released Teth Adam from his tomb after Energain, who was following them, figured out where it was at because they wanted the crown of Sebek. After the king had used a lot of Eternium to create the crown of Sebek, right? So with all of that happening, Black Adam kind of went on a rampage and just literally let loose and killed killed everybody. So it was pretty crazy. Except for since he was out for such a long time, he kind of passed out after using after expending his powers or whatever and stuff like that. Adrian takes him to his home, and then we jump to Amanda Waller showing Hawkman, which honestly, Hawkman really wasn't Hawkman in the movie. Oddish Hodge, he played Mr. Terrific. I don't know what the script was telling him, because that's not Carter Hall, and you would know that if you read the goddamn comic books, but clearly since you didn't, and you were just there for a paycheck, that's what we get. So Amanda Waller asks Carter, was like, okay, so who you gonna get on this team, right? So he basically says that he's getting Maxine Huckle, Cyclone, and we're getting Al Richardson, Adam Smasher, and we're getting Kent Nelson, Dr. Fate. And then she was like, you think that they're gonna be enough to take on this person? And he said yes. And then she was like, all right, go to work. and basically they show up to the JSA. I mean, well, not the JSA headquarters. They show up to Hawkman's castle. I mean, not castle, but basically his home. And if you've seen the home, it's basically like Charles Xavier's school for gifted youngsters, because even the ground open, the estate even opens up, and there's like a version of the X jet. It doesn't even look like the Hawkman jet that they were trying to do. I was like, look at this. It's like, so it's like knockoff X-Man thing. But they go and they head to Kahndaq, while Kahndaq is dealing with the Black Adam arising, and Amon's trying to teach him how to be a hero. He said that he's not a hero. He never wants to be a hero. He said that you guys have to free yourself, and she was like, Adrian was like, no, we can't free ourselves because we don't have the power to do it, right? So of course, the little boy was trying to convince Black Adam to save everybody. So Inner Gang started trying to attack him and Adriana, and of course Black Adam like kind of comes at them and like kind of kills a whole bunch of them. And that's when the JSA comes, because they see the damage that's being done or whatever. So Hawkman and Dr. Fate, they the first ones to show up. Hawkman tries to save those two people or whatever, and then of course the people of Kahndaq, they boo Hawkman for saving those people's lives, and he was like, I don't know what's really going on, but we have to press charges against these criminals with due process. And Black Adam kills them in front of him and stuff like that. He was like, that is justice right there. So Hawkman tries to tell him like, hey, we are here for your surrender or whatever. And of course, Adriana was like, where were you guys at when Kahndaq Cavis champion? Right there. And of course, more Inner Gang people come, and they kind of fight a little bit, and then that's when Hawkman and Dr. Fate turn on. I mean, stop the Rock. I mean, not the Rock, I'm sorry, 10th Adam. And they kind of have like this little epic fight or whatever. And then of course, Dr. Fate and Hawkman, aka Mr. Terrific, calls for Cyclone and Atom Smasher. And I hate the fact that they made Atom Smasher stupid, and then they made Cyclone's power, even though it's wind generation, she basically dances in the sky and turn into like shimmering smoke. I'm like, what the hell? Do you guys not even understand how people's powers are? Like, oh, it frustrates me when they change the characters so much. But let me get into some of the characters anyway before I even start talking about the rest of the movie. What I really want to get into, Adriana Tomez and Amon Tomez are now mother and son, which they should be brother and sister because in the comic books they're brother and sister. And that's another problem I have with a lot of these movies nowadays, is they love changing family dynamic and relationships of characters. Characters who are brother and sister are now husband and wife sometime, or characters who were like mother and son are now not mother and son. It's just weird. It's weird when they did it with Adrian and Amon Tomez as well, because they're supposed to be brother and sister, not mother and son. You know what I'm saying? And I don't understand why you guys feel the need to change family relationships with characters. It makes absolutely no logical sense. But sure, whatever. Like I mentioned, I say Hawkman acting more like Mr. Terrific, and the JSA act more like the X-Men than the JSA. You know what I'm saying? I will also say that some of the CGI in the movie was very noticeable. They had a lot of slow cam, and there are scenes where on the ground is fine, but in the sky it definitely looks so, a little bit CGI, where you can kind of tell it, especially when Hawkman and Black Adam kind of have their little powwow and stuff like that in the sky or whatever. You can definitely see the CGI. I will also say the race swap of the characters is a distraction for me, because I know those characters aren't supposed to be that, so it kind of takes me out of the picture when those characters are on screen, because they don't act like the characters anyway. So it's just like, why don't you just make them either original characters, or make them the black character and the Latino characters that you wanted in the show in the movie in the first place. You get what I'm saying? Instead of race swapping them. That's another problem we need to stop doing. Stop race swapping characters when you know they're not supposed to be race swapped. the Hawkman suit doesn't fit for Hottest Dodge. It just doesn't. It looks weird. The fact that there are two actors who play Hawkman in Smallville and in the Arrowverse can pull off Hawkman better than Hottest Dodge is kind of crazy. And then they had it where his suit kind of folds in and out of himself, so that was kind of weird. And instead of him having feathered wings, he has golden metal wings, which again looks kind of weird, honestly. Um, they also made it where Atom Smasher's suit was a hand me down, especially but that suit shouldn't be a hand me down. It should just be his own suit. But okay, I will also say that there's a problem with not enough legacy mention, because the JSA is like it's like almost 4 to 3 generations of heroes in there. So you should have that legacy and that generational thing in there, but they didn't because they don't have enough of the characters there. 4 characters just wasn't enough for the JSA. You should have had a little bit more people with it. The fact that um, Doctor Strange, Hawkman, Black Adam, Atom Smasher have histories with each other in the comic books, and it's not brought up at all because Hawkman in the DCEU doesn't have his reincarnation thing. So just him and Black Adam don't have that acknowledgement of in the past, Prince Khufu and 10th Adam were friends one time, and then of course there's no bromance that formed with Black Adam and Atom Smasher of how they like bonded together or whatever. If you really wanted to ploy right there, you should have had Atom Smasher and Black Adam have a come to Jesus moment together where Atom Smasher understands what Black Adam is doing. And what I would have did is I would have had Atom Smasher join, Black Adam cause. That's what I would have did, but they didn't want to do all that. So it is what it is. They also made Black Adam like stupid. I don't like when they take a character that's serious. Yeah, he was a meatball head, but he wasn't stupid, if that makes sense. They made him stupid and it looked like he had ADHD. So anyway, let me get back to the movie. Cyclone, Dr. Fate, Black Adam, Hawkman takes holds off Black Adam, and let me say Dr. Fate is freaking amazing. He is the MVP. Pierce Brosnan did such a good job as Kent Nelson. We need more of him, and I'm just sad that he really wasn't in the movie as much as I would want him to be. And they didn't let him use the full the full might of his powers. Like he didn't use any of his magic beams or anything. He didn't even summon the knock at all, which that's such a disappointing thing. But anyway, Atom Smasher finally showed up because he went the wrong way. I was like, of course he did. And he finally was able to, stop Black Adam for a little bit. But the team got defeated, and then, Black Adam kind of flew off or whatever and stuff like that. And of course, the JSA confront Adriana, and she tells them why now we've been enslaved for 27 years, occupied by Intergang, and you guys said that you guys want to protect international law, but you didn't protect us when we needed help. So why don't you go on and save everybody else, because we already have our champion or whatever. And they was like, he's not what you think he is. And she was like, really, who is he really? And then they explained the story to her. But because that's basically what they were saying. Another problem with the JSA is that they're too loose with their identities. They pull their mask off all the time, especially when they're not in action. Like, stop, enough. You guys are superheroes. You don't remove your helmet, your mask while you're in public. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody can take a picture of you guys. You guys are supposed to be heroes that nobody don't know who you are. Like, let's stop doing that. That's another problem with movies in general. I understand you want to get the actors. I understand you want the actors to be seen or whatever, but there's a time and a place for that. And if actors can't understand that, then they don't need to be playing the role. That's how I feel at the moment. And the son goes home and he tells his uncle like, hey, mom kept the gave me the crown to keep it safe or whatever and stuff like that. Adriana, confronts Black Adam about whatever, what's going on or whatever, and he tells her the story of everything that was going on. Well, not the full story, but she kind of put it together or whatever. And he said, "I never told you I was hero." And then she said, "Yeah, I'll hear out the JSA." The JSA tell him like, "Hey, you need to surrender because you're dangerous." And he was like, "I'm not surrendering," pretty much. And Intergang, you know, Intergang gets her son. Black Adam flies off to go and try to save him or whatever. Hawkman was like that you can't be killing folks or whatever, and he was like, I do things my way. And they were saying that they can protect people, but they was like, we already got Black Adam. Pretty much is basically a back and forth between ideas anyway. So that's just how it goes or whatever. Intergang comes. Amon, asks for help. Black Adam comes. He tries to save the boy's life or whatever because they were coming. They were trying to kill everyone. The JSA team up with Black Adam to take on Intergang to find Amon or whatever, while Black Adam being like killing everyone and stuff like that. Adam Smasher being stupid as usual. Cyclone using her smoky wind dance thing. Every time she uses a power, they slow-mo on her while she's doing her powers. Like, that is just the most weirdest thing ever, but okay, fine, whatever. It's kind of unique, but it's just kind of dumb. Black Adam and Hawkman, separate to go and find other people or whatever. Hawkman captures two of the Intergang people or whatever. Black Adam killed the last person because he thought he had it. They take Amon to the Intergang headquarters that occupies the desert in Kahndaq, and Black Adam comes and he threatens. He takes the guys, and because Hawkman was like, we gotta interrogate them or whatever, and Black Adam says, okay, cool. He goes into the sky, all the way in the sky, and he was like, tell me where the boy is. One of them said, I don't know. He dropped him. Then the other guy told him where he was at. Then he dropped him. Hawkman got him. And he was like, what did I just tell you about killing? He was like, you caught him, right? And then they tried to fight. They tried to they tried to talk about it. They didn't make anything work better between each other. Dr. Fate just sitting there just looking at them like, I'll just sit this one out. And they fight in the house. I mean, they destroy Adriana Tomaz's home so many times in that movie. It made absolutely no sense. I was like, can you guys like stop destroying this woman's house? I mean, they destroyed everything. And then the crown, they got the crown because the boy really didn't put the crown up and hid it away from Intergang because Intergang thought that he really had it. So they decided that they're going to team up with each other and take on Intergang. Adriana tells them like, hey, I don't care what the reason is, we're going to find my son. I don't care about any other grudges that you guys got going on with anyone. We're finding my son. And that's what they did. But of course Black Adam got ahead of himself. Basically went through the entire headquarters almost and killed almost everybody anyway. And then I forgot what the guy's name was in the movie. The one that betrayed them. Who cares? His name wasn't even all that. Simone or something like that. He had the crown because he was the last of the king that they overthrew that was trying to enslave his people anyway. And what happened was that the JSA got tricked. Of course, Adriana gave the crown of Sobek to the guy or whatever. He tries to shoot at Amon. Black Adam catches the bullet, but in his rage, he kind of exploded, lightning all over. They kind of protected everyone, and the guy died or whatever. But Black Adam decides to let the JSA turn him in to Task Force X or whatever, and all wells it ends well, except for the betrayer. He goes to like the hell, the hell dimension or something like that, and then he becomes like the demons champion of Sebek. And then it was like, just say the name Sebek, and then he transformed into this really cool demonic demon, which is really cool. Sebek looked really cool. I'm surprised how well it looked. Actually, it was really well done. It was so cool. And he was like, hey, this world is mine, I am now king, or whatever. The JSA tries to take him on. It didn't work, or whatever. They tried their best to fight him off. Again, it didn't work. It didn't work that well. And then Dr. Fate decided that it was up to him. So he keeps out the JSA team, and because he told Carter that he saw the future, and he said that you will save, that people will be saved, but it will be at the cost of Hawkman. And then he was like, okay, then I'm ready to face it. And he was like, no, that's why I didn't want to tell you that. And he was like, there's always a third option. So he closes himself in, and he fights Sebek on his own. And then he uses his magic to release 10th Atom from the prison, from Task Force X or whatever. And he was like, you don't have to be a hero and stuff like that. You just have to be a protector of the people. So at first he was ready to die, but his family, his wife and his son, because we find out that later on his son really did become the champion. But when he came back, his family was slaughtered by the king's people. And that right there, he called it was a curse, because as soon as his son got the power, they came after the family and killed everyone. But the dad held on. And then when the son came, he told his father to say his name, and he got the power. And before the dad could say anything, the son got shot by one of the king's by one of the king's men, and that enraged him to the point where he took out revenge on the king and killed everyone near. And that's what he was saying. That's why he said he's a destroyer. So Dr. Fate was like, the only person that can stop him is you. You have the power to do it. You can rise above all of that, and be a better man, and choose to protect Conduct from this demon or whatever. And finally, Dr. Fate's magic gave in or whatever. And for some reason, Hawkman and Cyclone decided not to fly that time to even try to reach him. So Sebek kills Dr. Fate. And I was just like, no, you son of a bitches. Why would you do that? Because he's such a good character. You know what I mean? And of course, Sebek kind of blows away the JSA. Black Adam, finally comes once he says the word, because his son told him, no, his father, it's not your time. You have to be the champion for the people. I believe in you. And then he was like, say the word. And then he says Shazam. He transformed into Black Adam. And he goes and save Amon, because Amon's trying to get the people, and Sebek tries to throw a statue on the people of Conduct. He catches it, but then Adam Smasher tell him, I got him. He said, you take on the demon or whatever. And then Adriana and her brother, they decide to take on like the zombie skeleton demons that were risen by Sebek, in with some crazy music, of course. the music's pretty good. If you hear the movie, you'll hear it. But anyway, Amon gets the people. They all work together. It was like, this is our city, and we'll fight for it too. And then they all fight the little zombie demon things, while Black Adam is fighting Sebek and stuff like that. And then Hawkman distracts him a little bit longer, while Black Adam, finally uses his powers to use the rage that was built up from the death of his son to like kill Sebek, and he did. And that was really it. And then of course Carter had to say goodbye to the Helm of Fate, because it dissolved after helping him, with a trick to distract Sebek or whatever. And then the JSA goes home. And then they say, are you going to be the king or whatever and stuff like that. He said, no, it doesn't feel right. He was like, but I will be the protector. And then he was like, and then Adrian was like, okay, 10th Adam. He was like, 10th Adam, it sounds so outdated. And she said, what should we call you then? And then he smiles and it goes to credit. And then, of course, the credit after scene is, Amanda Waller was like, okay, you have my attention. You don't want to you don't want to stay in my prison. Fine. But Kahndaq will be your prison. And if you set foot out of Kahndaq, there will be consequences. And he was like, bring them all on. And she's like, okay. And then he destroys the machine. And then with all the dust and stuff like that, you see a figure fly down. And then, and then Superman was like, and then from the smoke, he was like, Superman comes out of the link. And of course, he says his little thing. He was like, 10th Adam, there's been, Black Adam, there's been, I forgot the damn line. Lord have mercy. But anyway, if you guys seen the line, of course, he's like, I haven't, no one's been afraid from somebody from a long time. And he was like, we need to talk. And then the movie goes off. And I'm just like, yes, 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 because Henry Cavill is back. Yes, yes, let's get a Man of Steel 2, and let's get a Black Adam 2. And of course, I heard about the critics and some of the YouTubers. I guess I don't know. I'm not trying to blame any YouTubers or anything. I'm just saying I just see in news articles of people saying that the movie sucks or whatever. I'm not saying that it's any YouTubers or anything, but I'm just saying there's articles that are saying journals and YouTubers are slamming the Black Adam movie. If they are, it is what it is. Who cares? It's a fun popcorn flick. It's not overly message. It's not perfect. Trust me. The CGI is a little spotty on a lot of things, of course. And the JSA, they needed more members on the team. Otis Dodge acted more like Mr. Terrific than Hawkman, if you ask me. I don't like the fact that they changed the New 52 origins of Black Adam, where it was a son and instead of a nephew, where he kills the nephew and betrays him and takes all the power because he was already deep down inside a evil person or a greedy person. I wanted to go a little bit darker, but I understand why they didn't go darker. But I would have loved for them to go darker. But I do think it suffered from not having enough JSA members in there and not having someone from the Shazam family there. This would have been a perfect time to either add Captain Marvel Jr., which is the blue Marvel family member. Freddie Freeman would have definitely made a lot of sense because of the connection that Captain Marvel Jr. has with Sebek. Would have made way more sense to bring him in. That would have definitely been great for the JSA. Or Shazam. At least that would have been, well, since you wasn't going to bring in Captain Marvel, it would have made more sense to bring in Captain Marvel Jr. That way you could have had some kind of connection to, Black Adam and Sabak all at the same time. But that's just my personal opinion. I did enjoy the movie. I do recommend seeing it. Like I said, it is the best superhero movie so far that we've had. Because let's be honest, most of the movies we've gotten have been hot shit, honestly. But I would definitely say Black Adam is definitely up there. It's a good popcorn flick. Take family, friends, everyone. Enjoy the movie. I will eat the crow because I was already skeptical on the movie. So I know anybody who watched my videos was like, you were just bashing Black Adam. Yes, I was bashing Black Adam, and I already went in there with low expectations. So to exceed my expectations was already amazing. So I will definitely tell you to watch Black Adam. Definitely go see Black Adam. Have fun with the movie. Enjoy it. Thank The Rock for having a gamble, and it paid off at the end of the day. That's how I feel, and I really think the movie is really good. I heard that they're fast tracking Man of Steel 2 and Black Adam 2, so let's go. That's how I feel. Let's go. Let's do this. You know what I mean? If you're going to bring in Black Adam and you're going to do some more with JSA, bring in more team members, of course. Don't race swap any of the characters. Just stop. No more race swapping. Just bring in characters of diverse background or lesser known characters if that's what you need to do. But just please do not race swap any more characters because it's getting damn weird. All right. But other than that, like I said, Black Adam, anti-hero, sometimes hero, mostly villain. good times. The Rock paid off for it. I would definitely suggest The Rock maybe next time try to grow some hair on his head, put a wig on there, put pointy ears on him, and make this less details on the suit, and just go with the classic Premium 52 costume. I would love to see that. That would be nice, but that's just my opinion. We don't have to do all that, but I'm just saying, just to make it easier for me. But I will say MVP, Dr. Fate. We need a Dr. Fate solo movie with Pierce Brosnan in it. Bring him back, please and thank you. But yeah, oh, and I'm probably gonna need to pick up a Dr. Fate action figure and a Black Adam. Those two I will definitely get. I wouldn't get anybody else because everybody else look fake as hell. But definitely Dr. Fate and Black Adam, I would definitely get them. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.